Hello! In this video, I'll give you a quick demo of the test drive model, and you'll have plenty of time to explore the company more when you actually get to the class. And let me just mention as I get into this that the specific numbers and values that you'll see when you're actually at the class will likely be different than those I'm going to show you on the screen, but you'll get a sense of the data that will be available to you. Okay, this is the opening screen of Test Drive, and from here you can navigate to the other parts of the software. And I'm not going to show you every detail of each part of the screen, but let me quickly talk about each of the major sections, and then it will be up to you to become more familiar with the company during the course itself. So you can access the main areas of your business by clicking through these shapes, and you can see equipment sales, parts and accessories, etc. And at the start of this value chain, you can get some information about the marketplace, about seasonality, and on the far right of the value chain, you can get a lot of information about your company's forecasted performance. But let's start by clicking equipment sales. Okay, so as you look at this screen, you can see it's divided into new equipment sales, used equipment sales, acquiring used equipment, and then incentives here on the bottom. So in each of these areas of equipment sales, you can make decisions. For instance, if I click in the field here, I can adjust pricing by $100 if I want to. I just enter $100, hit enter, and off we go. I can adjust inventory. I can order 2 new pieces of equipment that will be available next period, as you see. Or I could move this slider down here to become more aggressive in spending effort in acquiring used equipment. So as you see, you enter your decisions into the software in the white fields, as we did with pricing, or by moving a slider, and in some cases you click a checkbox. The other fields that you see are self-calculating, and they are driven by your decisions. So is $100 increase in price a good thing or not? Well, that's up to you based on your team's strategy and what's important to your company. I should also mention that in any field where you see one of these red triangles, some pop-up help will come up to give you a little more information about that item. So you have the pop-up help available to you as help. You have the case study guide that you're going to read before the course and have available during the course. And also the instructors can help you out with any of these fields in any of the screens. You can get the forecasted impact of all your decisions as you make them in the pro forma results section here. And if I click on that, you can see here's a pro forma income statement, absorption analysis. And let me just mention too, at the top of the screen, just a detail. We've transported you to 2021 in the future as the first year of the competition. And we do that so that you don't get too wrapped up in the specifics of today's market environment. No one's really sure what 2021 will look like, so you need to accept what Test Drive tells you it will look like. Now if I go back home and I click on parts and accessories, there are a number of decisions that I can make around inventory, ordering new inventory. I can adjust pricing if I want to, if I think it's the right decision, and I can adjust my incentives as well. If I go back home and I want to research what customers care about, we can come back to something I mentioned earlier, market segmentation. And here I can get a whole lot of information on the various segments that are purchasing equipment, that are purchasing parts and accessories, and I can get a better understanding, let's say, of the value-seeking customers, of their total market demand, new and used. I get information about their price sensitivities on a scale of 1 to 10. And it also shows you how much parts and accessories that they might purchase, general merchandise. And I can use this information as I set pricing on new equipment, as I decide what to order in parts and accessories. So a lot of information and decisions that I make can be driven by the information I get about the marketplace. If I click on general merchandise, very similar to parts and accessories, I can manage my general merchandise inventory, incentives, adjust pricing, etc. I won't go through all the decisions. If I click on servicing, this part of the business, very important, as you know from the real world, and I can make staffing assignments by technician type, masters and experts, and by type of work, warranty, heavy repairs, etc. And I can click this button to set my servicing, promotion, and advertising for certain types of work that I might, for my dealership, want to promote. And I can set down here, I can set shop rates if I want to. I can even invest in the environment, the service environment. If I go back home and I click on staffing and facility, I can make decisions that align my workforce to the type of dealership I've set up and to my strategy. I can also set my advertising and promotion budget. I can even change my showroom size, invest in the overall environment. I can also then, if I go home and go to training and time blocking, I can allocate my staff's time in certain activities such as prospecting, transacting, merchandising, and I can train them in specific skills by clicking these check boxes. If I go back home, I can make decisions in a couple of other areas as well, in finance and insurance, and I can manage that part of the department. I can also set my accounts receivable at a corporate level, at a company level. In rentals, I can make decisions around advertising and pricing. And if I go back home, I can take a look at the projected results of all the decisions that I've made so far by clicking, as we had done before, the results and end of period performance. And I can get a whole lot of information from the income statement, absorption analysis, and then clicking through to the balance sheet. So that's just a quick introduction to Test Drive. You'll have more time during the class to really get into the company and analyze it and make decisions. We look forward to meeting you and talking with you more at the class. See you there. Thanks a lot.